Russ Curtis. I just wanted to share with you just brief information about an article that I read that I thought was really helpful for me related to narcissism and the risk of violence. And they use some terms that I hadn't heard before, such as it's an unconscious sense of inadequacy that folks that are high in narcissism may not be able to access this very readily, but they actually have a deep sense of inadequacy. And yet there's this conscious inflated self-esteem and the entitlement and the false sense of importance that comes with that. And people can flock to that because they can look on the surface successful and so forth. But what happens, however, is when they are humiliated, whatever that might be, they don't have the strength to be vulnerable and admit that they're wrong. They don't have the strength to apologize. So it's that humiliation is an ego threat, and it's stirring stuff beneath their conscious awareness, and then that makes it easier to lash out. And you can think about this in terms of Freud's ego defense mechanism of displacement, where the boss gets mad at the person and the person doesn't feel like they can confront the boss or talk to the boss about it. So they come home and they take it out on others. And this is something they found in this literature review, was that it was actually a thorough literature review. They found that innocent bystanders were at risk once there was humiliation to somebody high in narcissism. And, perhaps it would be helpful, particularly when we're working with somebody that has had some violent outbursts, to do some testing. There's some fairly brief public domain testing that can be used to detect narcissism. There's also other good standardized tests as well that can be used. But to do this, to assess in the schools, to assess in our mental health agencies, to determine those high in narcissism, and therefore we can be a little more careful and be aware, more vigilant against violence from these folks. All right, I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.